The accepted meaning of angel is to destiny, and the meaning of the word angel is messenger, and the meaning of the word destiny is to make firm established. And my guest and I bring you messages to establish what you need to know in the present. And also, I like working with angels and the calmness they normally bring. Now, in a moment, I'll introduce you to my wonderful guest, Sam Dossa. But before that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching the show live or at a later date, as it means a lot to me to connect with like-minded women. Now, if you've never met me before, then my name is Ray, and I love to help women to crossroads in their life, heal their past, create their future, and transform their present so they can take charge of their destiny in the here and now. I'm the founder of Radiant Angel Energy, and I use angelic Reiki, future life progression, past life regression, guided meditation, angel oracle cards, and hypnosis to help women who feel lost get clear on their reason for being here. And I've also created a transformational journey and a journey through lifetimes. Now, each episode of the show will cover various themes of your journey, a mini guided meditation or angel oracle card reading, with the wisdom of my wonderful guests, like today's guest, Sam Dossa, who will be sharing how you can equip yourself with the skills to manage your emotions in situations so you're able to respond confidently and create a successful life. Now, Sam has been immersed in personal motivation and permanent transformation since 2007. He started as a coach within the youth sector and then developed this into a business transformation, which has been in operation since 2009. Now, as a result of his extensive international training of entrepreneurs and leaders since 2002, Sam is recognised as one of the UK's top trainers and coaches. And in 2005, Sam began offering talks and workshops for young adults in schools and colleges. In that time, he trained and spoke to over 8,000 young adults. They included the gifted, the talented, as well as students who had behavioural challenges. Now, within the corporate world, Sam has delivered training on mindfulness meditation, mental health communication, uh, listening skills, team building, emotional intelligence, bespoke training. Now, Sam says we are born to win, but conditioned to fail. Now, Sam also has a podcast called Chai with Sam Dossa, so do check that out. And with testimonials such as, my session with Sam was wonderful and left me uplifted. His calm and peaceful manner and his knowledge was helpful. He showed me a different perspective on how to achieve my goals. I would highly recommend him. And I thank my stars that Sam came along at the exact moment that I sorely needed someone special to mentor me. Being wise, he guided me through an extremely difficult patch in my life. And if he hadn't been around, I have no doubt whatsoever that I would still be struggling with my problems. I cannot recommend Sam enough. And if you want to take charge of your destiny, then please do yourself a favor and get in touch with him. You will not regret it. So without further delay, hello, Sam, and welcome to the Angels and Destiny show. How are you today?
Thank you, Ray, for that amazing introduction. And well, I would say what a coincidence. You said take charge of your destiny, and my company name is Create Your Destiny.
I,
What a coincidence, isn't it?
I know when I saw that when I was doing the research on you, it's like, I like that one. Good connection there. Yeah, we like that.
Absolutely. I'm doing great, and it's been an amazing day. Start very well. I supposed to start 8 o'clock for my boot camp. For some reason, the boot camp was supposed to be in the evening. So I thought, okay, I started early, but it wasn't a waste of day. But a lot of things have happened, so it was been good. Good. Thank you.
Brilliant. So before we get into this fascinating conversation, I want to remind you that you can also ask questions, leave comments and thoughts, as both Sam and I want to be part of this conversation. So please don't be shy. And Carla, straight in there, has said hello. Hi, Carla. Thanks for joining
Hi,
in
Carla.
and saying hello. So, Sam, why don't you tell us more about your journey and how emotional intelligence can help us to have a successful life?
Sure. So my journey began when I came to this country. I'm originally from Pakistan, and I joined my first wife in 1996. I came here in the UK. It was a completely new journey, I would say, because even though back home I was working with experts who were coming from UK, Canada, Australia, you name it, people were there. So I have a good mix of people with whom I have interacted. And whenever I said that I would be going to okay. And they say, well, you're going to be going to a country which is means raining every day. So embrace yourself, or otherwise you're not going to survive over there. So that was a quite an interesting because 26 years I live under the sun, and when I came in 1996, it was like May, a bank holiday, and it was cloudy. And to my wife, I said, "What a romantic day!" And she says, "Excuse me? Oh yeah, you wait for this romantic day." And then I realized that there was the biggest drawback, and I realized that oh my god, it is definitely raining, raining, and raining, and then snowfall, and then everything is okay. So in the beginning, as we all trying to maneuver ourselves and see, and we use different words for rain and different words for snow. We use completely oblivious words. We don't want to use nice words. So in the beginning, I was using those words, and I was completely flabbergasted with those scenarios in my journey. But as you grow, as you grew, as you go more further in your life, you started to learn about a lot of things. And then children came in my life, and then I thought, you know what? I'm going to tell them this is not the blessing and this is just some sort of a curse on us. It's going to make a different change. So I started saying that, you know what, rain is a blessing. We should go and play ourselves in the rain and enjoy ourselves. Doesn't matter whether it's wet, we still have to go out. So my journey begins with my children in 2000. My daughter was born, and that was another episode of life changes. In 2000, I lost my father as well. But that's another thing, which means you are growing and you are learning a new set of things in life. And emotional intelligence always been there, but we were not using as emotional intelligence very proactively because everybody was talk about your IQ has to be greater than any other intelligence, and people were talking about, oh, what's your IQ? What's your IQ? What's your IQ? And everybody was talking about IQ, but nobody was talking about emotional intelligence. So in 1996, when I came to this country, I never heard about Dr. Goleman, Daniel Goleman. And in 1996, actually, he actually released this book called Emotional Intelligence, which I got it in 2006 or 7. Somebody's presented me as a Sam, that's a gift for you. I said, what's that? That was emotional intelligence. And that's the journey began from there, from 2007 onwards, and I started to understand what emotional intelligence is all about. You know, we all have emotions. We all know that children have emotions, mother have emotions. Mother emotions been like contagious emotions which been taken care by the baby, very young baby, and baby start crying because my mother is upset. My mother is very stressful. My mother want to go to sleep, but I don't want her to sleep because I'm hungry and I'm feeding. So we were not understanding why the child is crying, and because the mother was stressed out or the father was stressed, and the children is picking up all those emotions, and then started learning this all about that this is all connected because we are all surrounded by a lot of emotions, and it's not about controlling them; it's about learning to manage them. If you don't understand your emotions, you don't manage them, the setback is that you will not know when to open your mouth or when to close your mouth because in that period of small period of time you might have destroyed so many things because you can't manage your emotions. A simple example, for example, you are driving and somebody cuts you off, road rage. In your mind that somebody cut me off, but the person who cuts you off, he must be running to the hospital because his wife is in labor, or he might to reach the hospital for some reason. But what we did, we show them, we swear at them, and we show them some interesting gestures and everything like that, because that's what we are going through with ourselves. How dare he cut me off, or she cut me off? Now, the pillar of emotional intelligence is all about self-awareness. Now, self-awareness is very pinnacle of emotional intelligence journey. Now, self-awareness is about you. How do you manage your emotions? If you started to think about yourself and say, okay, I have so many triggers. Somebody says something, it triggers me this, it triggers me that. And that's where you start to go on the journey of self-awareness. Self-awareness to start know who you exactly are. What are those area of your life which is might be in your past have some unrealistic has happened, and then you're thinking about my future is going to be bright and this and that, but you've completely forgotten about your present. And then you're thinking about your past and you're thinking about your future, and you are not actually enjoying your present. And that's where all the problems started to get created by ourselves, because we are living in past, we're forgetting our present, and we're thinking about our future, which does not match together. As we all know, past is your history, future is your mystery. You have been given a present, which is a day. You start living in the moment. And self-awareness creates that sort of notion in you as you go grow bigger and bigger, understanding your own emotions. And that's your first step.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really fascinating, and it is. We do tend to, yeah, just react to, with emotions rather than taking that few seconds just to go, okay, and that is it. It's an automatic thing. I mean, your statement earlier. We are born to succeed, and we're programmed to fail. Do you think that our emotions are affected, when we're born, by everything that's going on around us?
So we are born to win, and we are born to win, but we are conditioned to fail. Now, statement been shortened by two things. Now, if you look at how we are born to win, in what sense? So, if you think about it, the sperms have millions of sperms. Why you are chosen? Is it a good luck, or you work so hard to reach to that egg to be conceived? So that was your first win. You are
Yeah,
a winner, correct? And some people
yeah.
say, no, 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 that's a luck. You are a lucky bugger. You have so much strength to reach to that egg, correct? So I
but
said to
you
a
but
lot of
you won.
people, yeah, you won. You won the battle. If millions of sperm was going to one egg and you won, so you won the first lottery. You won the first ticket. You won the golden egg or you golden ticket or something like that. Now, condition happens during that time period. Now, 7 till the 7 year age of child is like a sponge. 5 to 7 is a sponge. Everything you say is going to record. Everything you say is going to do. Everything you talk to him or her in different languages, he or she respond back to you. They are open to receive all the things. Now, conditioning happens. Now, Singapore has this tendency that they started schooling when the child is 7 year old. They don't start the schooling before 7. So the mother and father are looking after the child until the 7. They are teaching them everything, and they are ready for potty training and all sorts of things are ready. Then he goes to school and started to learn something new, and that's what it is all about. Now, once you go into school, you have been conditioned from your teachers. Then you started getting conditioned from your siblings. Then you have extended family started conditioning you. By the time you are a teenager, you are completely conditioned. And by the time you reach to your youth or you go to your college or university or workplace, you've been conditioned so much that you don't know who exactly you are. You stop laughing. You start to feel sad. You started to take into a different mindset of people you are attached to. Those are people who feel the same way, the way you feel. So you say, yeah, I'm in the right crowd because you've been conditioned to a lot of things. You are not allowed to see things differently. And that's where you started to look at what has happened to me, why I am not in the flow. As Carol said, stand in the flow of
Mm,
the now.
yeah.
Absolutely, Carol, you are right about it. And I can completely resonate because this comes with our journey. When people says uh, you talk the way you talk or the way you spoke about things is so calmly because you've been through journey ourselves. We go through so many journey, and that's where everything started. We have been conditioned. I was conditioned to so many things. The way I was brought up in Pakistan, the way I came to this country, but it's what about my father, my mother never restricted us just to be a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer. They said, well, boys, this is your life. You do whatever you want. I'm a proud father of three girls. My older daughter is 20 years old. She's in second year of a medical school. Have I thought about it that she's going to be going to the medical school? No, at all. Never thought about it. And I got set of twins. They are 16 years old. So I'm surrounded by girls. I also got two stepdaughters. So I'm like six women. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Like my mother was blessed with six men because we have five brothers. So I'm blessed with six. So so I'm not complaining. And this conditioning happens to us with a lot of factors. We let people do a condition. And there is a saying by a great investor. His name is what's his name? It comes to my head. He says, "Whose plan you are following? Is it your plan or is somebody else's plan?" And there's a story about an elephant. Their elephants are being conditioned. So if you've been to a circus where they used to bring animals,
Mm.
and if you have watched a movie where you see there are a lot of animals comes in, and you see the elephant is how many tons? 20 tons,
Yeah.
roughly, and he's been pulled with a small rope and a spike on the soil. Doesn't Do you think that he won't be able to remove that spike and go somewhere? But he's been conditioned. How they do conditioning? And says, well, what happens is we take a baby elephant, was being born, literally next to the mother. They put a big chain on his leg with a spike, and says, just go to mother, have milk, and then come back and play around that area. So he just like pushing himself out of that area to go and see something else. He can't.
Yeah.
So after 20, 30, 40 days, he just say, you know what? No, I don't want to go. And they take the rope off, the chain off, and put a small rope. And he knows he won't be able to go anywhere. And that's how they condition an elephant.
Yeah, I've actually last year or the year before, was it last year? I think it was. I was actually over in India and I actually did some volunteer work at one of the elephant sanctuaries over there. And yeah,
True. So if the animal can condition, then we can be conditioned. We have been conditioned by a lot of things. The amount of subliminal languages we receive from the TVs and documentaries or whatever we are watching, and there are a lot of things going into our head. We are not know what's happening. Is disturbing our chemical reaction. Now you're sitting at 9 o'clock and watching a TV, and the commercial comes with a lot of ice creams and strawberries and all sorts of things. And you've already had your dinner and everything. And what happened? You have a craving. Oh, let's have some sweet, or let's have some ice cream. So these are things being done, and these are all being playing with a lot of things in our body. Chemicals like processed food you are eating. You don't know what sort of food you are eating, and a lot of things are happening, and it's affecting your emotions. Men emotions are completely different than women emotions. You also have so many chemicals going on in your body. Your body is like playing with so many. Your PMS happens. You are completely in a completely different environment. I remember uh, because my family wasn't here, so I used to have au pairs in the house. So you can imagine au pair, my ex-wife, and I have a daughter. My daughter was not that much at that time, but at that time they synced their periods, and it was a World War II in the house, and I was only the man in the house, and you can imagine this sort of things happen and how you see. So I have to say to my au pair, get out of the house. How to look after this woman now? So one has to be out from the room because otherwise it's going to be a big chaos because they started fighting, and And because it's not that they are fighting, you can't control it. There's so much going on in your body. It's chemical imbalance happening. You are having so much pain going on, and you can't concentrate on things, and you are being told to do this, and then it says, you know what, I'm feeling completely shattered right now. Don't talk to me. And that was been happening, and this is what has been happening. Emotional intelligence. People who are in very high flight jobs like doctors or scientists. Scientists does not have emotional intelligence. They have only logical brain. They do not have an emotional brain. They only talk about emotional, logical things and say, "Oh, we can fix this. We can fix that. We can fix it." And men's are also fixers. We are all fixers. You come to me, or your wife or husband are sitting together, and our wife is trying to just to say something. The man started to fix the problems. He said, "Oh, yeah, you can do this. You can do that. You can be able to do this. You need to talk to. You should do that." And she will say, "I'd rather talk to my girlfriend." You don't listen. And I say, "I'm listening." "No, but you're answering me. You're not listening to me." And that was the biggest lesson in my life as well. I was like that exactly. I was trying to fix the problems. And I realized it one day. I said, "You know what? Keep your mouth shut, Sam. Don't say a single word." And that when the journey started to be present. It's not about, "Oh, yeah, I'm listening," and you're thinking about something else. And then she says to you, "So what did I say?" "Oh, you're talking about that." And I said, "No." And then you have an argument. And that argument runs on to the whole night until next morning until you apologize, even though it was not your mistake. But you still have to apologize. You need to live in the house. So emotional plays a significant role, whether you are an individual, whether you are in a relationship or not relationship, whether you are a boss or whether you are not a boss, whether you're working in a team. It works in a similar way, how you manage your emotions. And that is the pinnacle of our success. And people think, no. And I say, okay, okay, that's fine. You know, you are completely burnt out. You are completely wracked in your emotions. You don't know when you open your mouth what you are saying is completely not knowing what people are supposed to take that as yes or no. You're making the wrong decisions. And that's where people started to think, okay, let me take some step back and think before I say something. And who are people who are self-aware, emotional intelligence? They are people who see the situation and do not make the decision immediately. They say, okay, let's take some time out. Let's see what will be the consequences. It's not a problem. We can make all the decisions in our life. But are you ready for the consequences? Because you made the decision. You said, okay, get rid of 100 people from the job. Fine. And then you realizes after that, the business started to crumble because you killed 100 people who were the most reliable people in your business. And then you say, you know what? We did a very big mistake. So you did not think how this is going to impact not only your business, to all those families as well. When we hear a lot of problems with the people who are being redundant from DHS, then people who are being redundant from the Jaguar factories, you think that decision is very easy? But those people who are making decisions, they have less emotional intelligence to make the decision. Some leaders make decisions like this. You know what? Workforce, they call the workforce and say, listen, now it's COVID-19. We understand everybody's suffering. We all are suffering. We don't want you to lose your jobs. We are taking 30% cut on from our salaries. We want to keep you on the books. Because you are an asset, you are not the number. And that's how the emotional intelligence works. You look after your people, you look after, because they will work 3 times more, because they'll say,
Yeah.
our job is secure. Our employers are looking after us. We have a job. We got our back being secure by our bosses and our company. And they will work harder. They will put extra efforts to say, you know what, we appreciate. But how many men.
No, that is very true. There's not there are some businesses out there, but there's not a lot out there, and yeah, things would be so much different if they were to look at that emotional side of it. And I suppose you can also say as well with emotions that quite often people go for tablets and pills as well, don't they? They can't control their emotions and think, right, let's give them some tablets.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a standard scenario. Okay, so this was also in Stephen Covey book, which is Seven Habits of Highly Skilled People. So in that actually there was a scenario where he says husband, wife, and a child. So husband was getting ready to go to work. Child and the mother was sitting at the breakfast table having breakfast. So the husband came down and sat down on the chair to have his breakfast, and the little girl spilled the juice. And he could not control his emotions. He got rage. He says, "What is this?" So the baby started crying, and he started getting irritated, and he started shouting at his wife. And he went upstairs to change his trousers. By the time he came, the daughter's school bus already left. He upset the wife, he upset the child. He took her the child very quickly, put in the car, rushed to the school, dropped her, did not say bye to his wife as well. Reached to workplace, remember thinking, well, when he reached to the workplace, he remembered that he forgotten his briefcase. The whole day went like that, unsettled. He was not happy. Came home, was not happy. So student Ravi said, "Okay, let's rewind this again. Same scenario, same morning. Let's begin again." So he woke up, went down. Wife and the daughter is having breakfast. He came down, having his breakfast. The daughter spilled the juice. Instead of shouting, he said, "Darling, be careful next time. Yeah, let me go quickly change and that he will drop you to your bus stop." Scenario was simple. It's a split second. Things can change, and depending on you, if you are self-aware, you will be able to make a decision. I will give you a real example. I had problem at my wife's property, and we called the engineer to come and see the issue and sort out the problem. And we decided we will give this much money. That's not a problem. And the guy came. He said we're going to spend about 5 hours to resolve the problem. The guy came and looked at the problem and said, "Well, sorry, Mr. Dossa, this is needs to be looked at differently, but it's a chargeable call. You have to pay me the money, which is 150 quid." And I said, "What did you do?" I said, "Well, I looked at it and I said, well, I was being told that you're going to spend about 5 hours." "Well, I can't spend 5 hours." "Well, this is a completely different job." I said, "Well, you have to do something about it. I won't be paying you any money, or you need to speak to my boss." I said, "Okay." So I had a call from the boss, and he did not wait, and he started swearing at me, right, left, and center. He's swearing at me for almost 10 minutes. You name any swear word in English dictionary, you will find that words. He sweared. I was listening, and my wife was standing next to me, and I was not retaliating. And once it's finished, I said, "Listen, I'm not an expert in your field. You should have said, Mr. Dossa, this is the job, meets the requirement, you need to do this instead of this. Well, we were supposed to charge you this money. Why don't we do that job and we will accommodate that money in that. We will complete it out." That's how you professionally talk to people. You can't swear at people. But he swore at me and he says, you need the money. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I said, "Listen, you need the money? Send me the account number. I'll transfer the money. Don't bother about it." If I would have been a emotionally charged myself, I would have used the same language. I
Yeah.
would have I would have been the same, threatening to him and saying, I'm recording everything. I'm going to put it on the YouTube. I'm going to put it on the social media. I'm going to wreck your company, completely wreck your company with this statement what you have used on me. But I didn't do it. Next morning, I called the company. I said, "I need to speak to and make a complaint." Guess who called me? Called He said, I wanted to call you last night to apologize and this and that. I said, listen, you are a businessman. You are a father. It doesn't work like that. And I was polite. I said, listen, if I want to be expert in your field, I would have done it. If you had said to me, Sam, I got a company, I earning this, and I need to progress such and such thing, I said, okay, I'll help you with that because I got a skill set which I will help you. I'm not a expert in drainage. I'm not an expert in doing sort of a camera going into your brain and see where the problem is X, Y, Z. I'm not an expert. You are an expert. You should be guiding your customers. You're not swearing at your customer. Oh, I'm apologize. I was upset and this and that. That's where you can come and see there is no control of your emotions. Correct. There was something else was triggered, and he started shouting at me and saying, "Because of you." And if I would have been in the same scenario, I would have done the same thing. But I just say, no, you know what? 150 will not. 150 will. You take 150 quid, but do you think the world will be a good business going forward in life? No. So, your emotions makes people's life different if you just listen. You don't have to give answers to everything. You don't have answer to all the problems. You just listen and you just say, oh, okay. Instead of saying that, oh, sort this problem on this way, that one. So what do you think would be the answer for your questions? Let them think about it because they have all the capacity. They just wanted somebody to be present in that moment to listen to them and say, you know what? I'm listening. I'm here. I'm holding your hand right now. And that's it.
Absolutely, absolutely beautiful and brilliant, and something that really that we should be remembering every day, but that we don't often remember, and we do react to things. So how do you normally work with clients?
So usually what happens is I have a small questionnaire to identify where they stand with their emotional intelligence score, which is available on my website, which is free. And once this is just the initial one, so know where you are. Then we have another psychometric assessment, which is quite a lengthy assessment, which dig into your 7 areas of your life, which means are you a strong-headed person who can lead the projects and everything, or you are very person who is very analytical person, or whether you are very integrating with a lot of departments, how you communicate with people. So there are 7 areas where we dive in, and then there will be a sort of a deep down into the report, and then we go into the coaching where we started building the blocks, which areas you require learning development. It's not about strength and weaknesses. We're talking about strength and development area of your skills, your traits. What traits you require to be developed, and how you're going to communicating with people. And that's how I start the journey with individuals who would like to develop their or enhance their emotional intelligence.
Cool. And you say the mini ones free on your website?
Yes, it is available on my website.
Yeah, so everybody check that out if you want to get a rough idea, and then obviously if you think, oh, I need to do further, then Sam's going to be, well, you're listening to Sam today, you're going, yeah, right, okay, I'm signing up with Sam now. Such brilliant, practical, calm advice, and I can see why your testimonials say so.
Thank you.
So calm. It's brilliant. Now, as you know, I do angel oracle cards and guided meditations, and every week I like to ask my guests what they would like me to do for them and those watching. So, Sam, would you like me to pull an oracle card, or would you like me to do a mini guided meditation?
Let's go for oracle card for me, please.
Yep, let's do that. I like doing the cards. I just love cards. As people know, so just cleanse and bless them. Now, as some of you watching may know, when I do the cards, I don't predict the future with the cards. I do the cards for what you need to know in the present. which is a bit contradictory because obviously I work with people in the past and I work with people in the future. But when I work with people for the past, it's to clear their past so they can be fully present. And when we work with the future, if they're not worried about their future, then they could be fully present now. So it's everything. So it's basically, what does Sam and everyone who's watching this need to know for their highest good at this moment in time? What does Sam and everyone who's watching this need to know for their highest good? Okay, so that one wanted to come out. Perfect. Discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. And you know that.
He's talking to me.
Excellent, excellent. It is, and it also ties in. Oh, I'll put that back on, and it also
Yeah,
ties in with what we've been talking about as well, um, today. And it is, it is saying to you, Sam, and to everyone watching, at the moment you are standing in the light of truth and discovering the truth, and it's being open and aware to that truth coming in and not questioning it, just accepting that the truth is there, it is coming in no matter what else is going on. And when you stand on your own path and your own way forward, the truth that comes is so amazing, and it's going to lead to new discoveries and a new pathway as well. I can see a new pathway coming along there.
indeed, indeed. Lot of because when people talk about COVID-19, is I said to a lot of people when we talk about COVID-19, I says, is it a blessing or is it a curse? Now everybody has gone through with a very uphill in the way things has turned around because a lot of people have lost their jobs. People have gone through uncertainty with things in life. They started to work from home where the relationships are not very good with their partners and spouse because they don't want to see each other. They are invading their space. So it's been a journey for me and my wife, and we are blessed. I would say we are blessed with a lot of things, and it's just counting the blessings, and that's what basically important.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So that leads me really on to whether you have any insights or thoughts to leave our viewers apart from that little pearl of wisdom you've just given us.
What I would say to my listener and your listener is believe in the present at this moment. I understand a lot of things are changing, but they're changing for the good. And we all has to go through with this adventure because change the wordings, change the words in your thoughts, the way you say things, because your mindset has to be changed. Look at the beauty outside, whether it's sunny, whether it's raining, whether it's cold, whether it's hot. You are alive. Be thankful to every condition you are in. I've been through COVID-19 myself. My wife went through. My kids went through. We are alive. We are alive right now. And I say thank God that we have gone through with that journey as well. And it's about accepting it. Accepting it. Well, look at the reflection. Do go for the reflection on why you are being on furlough, why you are being redundant from your job. Because you have to start thinking, what is your purpose? Is your purpose to work for somebody, or is it your purpose to work for yourself? Yeah, we all understand that it is a security to have a job. Yeah, I know. Every month my money, my salary is coming in. I don't have to worry about it. My mortgage is being paid. My bills are being paid. I got enough money to survive the month. But is this what your life is all about? Think outside the box. Now, they reflect about why you have been on furlough, why you have left, why the job has been gone. You start thinking what you are passionate about, what you really wanted to do. Yeah, you want to do a volunteer service, go and do a volunteer service in the sector which you wanted to build yourself. This is the time, this is the chance. Go look for something which makes you happy inside, not outside, inside. And that's the reflection I would like people to take in board. And you know what? You are not alone. We are here. Professionals are here. We are here to help you. We will help you, guide you through that journey. Hold our hand. We are not saints. We are being through our journey as well. And we are here to help you to go through with your journey as well. And I said to my daughters, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yep.
So ask. You go to church, you go to mosque, you go to temple, you go and say to your prayers and everything, you ask God, give us. And God will say, I will give you. But the time is going to be right for you. Yeah.
Exactly.
You go
And
there, you go there, you ask, but that prayers goes to the Lord, and Lord look at you and says, you know what? The time is not right. You should wait and believe in me, have faith in me, because I'm going to hold your hand and let you pass through this whole entire journey. Do not despair yourself. And that's why God has created people with their purpose. So if they have, we are known our purpose that we need to give our services to a lot of people. And that's what our purpose is. That's what my purpose is, to support a lot of people. Thank you.
beautiful. And discover your truth.
Very true. Discover your truth.
Discover your truth. So, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this and found it insightful. And the words of wisdom Sam has given you will help you further on your journey. So, Sam, if people want to connect with you, how do they do that?
So I'm all on all the social media. Very simple. Search for Coach Sam UK, and you will see all my social media handles. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. Well, I'm on Snapchat as well, but I don't use it anymore. Um, but you can find me on my website, which is www.samdossa.com. So where you can be able to download a questionnaire, which is for identifying where you stand with your emotional intelligence score. And it's completely free. And if you like a 30-minute consultation, which is free as well. So come along, discover something new. Discover something new. That's what I says. Every day is a learning day. Today I learned a lot of things from Ray as well. And we all learning. There
Exactly.
is no exception that we don't learn every day. We learn every day something new. So it's a day of, you know, gratitude. It's a day for being present and start learning.
Absolutely. And what I'll do is I'll put the links into the comments so that people can go straight to them to actually find you.
Excellent.
So we'll do that. So if you have reached that crossroads in your life and you need help finding your destiny and getting clear on your path, then I would love to be that guide for you. Please feel free to reach out and connect with me, and we can arrange a free 20 to 30-minute video call to discuss how I can help you on your journey and take charge of your destiny. And of course, if you want to find out more about future life progression and its benefits, as well as actually experiencing going backwards and forwards in time, then join me this Saturday, the 12th of December at 2 p.m. for a 2-hour workshop where I'll be talking about future life progression, and we'll also be exploring a Christmas past and a Christmas future, which will be fairly interesting. And the link will be in the comments. And of course, there's always the Angel Wings membership community if you want to join that. And on my website, you can sign up to a free newsletter and you get a couple of gifts to help you de stress in your life. So, thank you everyone so much for watching. And I'd like to invite you to share this video, as I'm sure there are more women who feel lost and want to get clear on their destiny, just like you. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, then please do subscribe to my channel. Always helps me out, and hit the bell button to be notified when the show goes live, and all the other stuff I put on there: future life, angelic reiki, guided meditations, etc. So, Sam, thank you so much for being on the show today. It's been absolutely
Great,
wonderful. Thank you,
great.
Carla, for saying hello and contributing to the show. And don't forget, you can well, if you're watching on the replay, just hit the replay and let us know that you're watching. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Sam, and I look forward to seeing you all same time, same place next week.